Hey guys, thanks for joining me. We're in Clapham Common in southwest London, and in this video we're going to be doing a review of the outdoor gym you can see behind me. Before we dive into the review, let's take a brief look at the equipment this fitness area has to offer. We have parallel bars with a total of 5 spots to train. Next we have pull-up bars with a total of 10 spots to train. We have a total of 3 log stacks. We have 2 sit-up stations. And finally we have 3 hurdles. Okay, now we've taken a quick look at what's available, let's start the analysis. This outdoor gym offers 5 parallel bars, which means multiple people can work out and use the area at the same time. It also means you're less likely to have to wait for long periods if you do want to use the equipment. The parallel bars at this outdoor fitness area are quite low, and personally I did not like the height of them. I prefer to keep my legs straight when I dip, which I couldn't do on these. Although on the other hand, having lower dip bars does open the ability to use the bars for rowing movements, such as the inverted row. Although the material used on the ground underneath did not provide a good grip for rows, I'm not sure if this is because it was worn down or is generally not good for grip. Unfortunately, the parallel bars quality was not great, and several of the bars were loose, rotated and bent, which made performing dips very unstable and not too comfortable. One good thing about these bars that I found personally is that they have a nice width in between the bars, which made dips felt very comfortable and effective. Next, let's take a look at the pull-up bars. This outdoor gym offers a whopping total of 10 pull-up bars, and like the dip bars, this is a good benefit as it allows multiple people to work out at the same time. The pull-up bar's height was decent, but I believe for me it felt a little bit short. I'm 180 centimeters, and as you can see, when I do pull-ups and chin-ups, I have to slightly arch my legs. Of course, I could have tucked my knees if I wanted to, but as I said, I prefer to keep my legs straight when I'm doing movements. I feel like it would have made more sense to have different sizes of pull-up bars to accommodate people of different heights, rather than having the same height of all and just expecting people to adapt. Most of the bars felt solid, but there were a few that I found were quite loose and slightly rotated. This didn't cause a problem when I was doing pull-ups or chin-ups, but when I attempted some muscle-ups, it did feel quite uncomfortable rotating forward on my wrists while doing the movement. Okay, next let's look at the log stacks. This fitness area had 3 of them, and I found that they were very versatile, allowing you to perform lower body and upper body exercises. The logs have multiple levels, so you can easily scale the difficulty of the exercise, making it perfect for beginners or more intermediate trainees. The logs were very solid and they felt quite strong when I jumped on them. My only minor critique is that I wish the stacks went further back so I could securely plant my feet when doing jumps or using a foothold for press-ups. There was a total of 3 log stacks in this area, which provided plenty of room for anyone who wanted to use them. Next, let's look at the Situp Station. This station was simple and functional. It did its job well. Although there was a slight bend in the bar, it didn't affect the movements I performed. I noticed the ground material in this area was heavily worn, which did cause me to slip slightly when I was doing the push-ups on the bar, and I believe it could do with a little refresh. Again, like all the other stations in this outdoor area, there was plenty of spaces, so there will likely be no wait time if you wanted to use these bars. Finally, we take a look at the hurdles. Unfortunately, the logs for the hurdles were missing, so this area was no longer functional. I did use this area a few years ago, and back then there was only 2 hurdle logs, but now it looks like there's none. There used to be a chain attached to the log, but it looks like they've all been broken off, which is quite unfortunate. This section definitely needs some maintenance, as it's a shame the space is going to waste currently. Okay, now we've taken a look at the equipment, let's look at the area and accessibility. This outdoor fitness area is located in Clapham Common, southwest London, which is a 16-minute walk from Clapham Common Station, which has various tube and bus transport links. Directly outside the park, there is a bus stop that goes in between Clapham Common and Clapham Junction, providing many transport options. The fitness area is in the park or in the area of the common, however it's not on the nicest side of the park and is quite close to the street, which can be very noisy. If you're into cardio or running, the park also has a nice trail that leads around the outside of the common. When I visited this fitness area, it was quiet and I was the only person there. However, some mornings I've seen this area quite packed with boot camp style groups using the area. On the day I visited, the fitness area and the park in general had a lot of rubbish littered around, which is quite off-putting, especially when... Okay, now we've explored the aspects of this outdoor fitness area, it's time to assign the ratings. For variety, I rate this park a 4 out of 5. In my opinion, this fitness area covers all of the basics you need to work both your upper and lower body, and for people of various fitness levels. On top of this, there are multiple pieces of the same equipment, which means multiple people can perform the same exercise simultaneously. On the other hand, I think it would have made more sense to have a range of sizes of the same equipment, especially for the pull-up and dip bars, as it would have accommodated to individuals of different heights. It was also a shame that the hurdle logs were missing, although you could still work your legs with the log stacks. For quality, I gave this park a 2.5 out of 5. Many of the metal bars in this fitness area have issues. Many of the parallel bars are loose and spin, which is not great when doing dips. A few of the pull-up bars were also loose, which could affect grip, inadvertently affecting the quality of your reps. The setup bar also had a bend, but would not affect the exercises in my opinion. The ground material in the park was also heavily worn and could do with a bit of a refresh. And finally, the hurdle logs are missing and the chain that was attached to them was broken. Overall, this fitness area does need a bit of maintenance. I gave the effectiveness of the equipment a 3.5 out of 5. Apart from the quality issues, I feel the equipment configuration was well thought through. It was also good that each station you could perform a variety of exercises. For me personally, the dip bar and pull-up bar were too low, as I prefer to have feet fully extended. As a result, I did not feel as comfortable as I normally would. On top of this, I felt like the width of the logs on the log jump was too small, as it was a bit tricky to get my balance when jumping on them. I rated the location and accessibility a 3.5 out of 5. The fitness area has a bus stop right outside that leads to both Clapham Common and Clapham Junction, which both have excellent transport links and options. It is a 16-minute walk from Clapham Common Station, which is a reasonable walk but not great. The park does lose points because it was dirty and had trash littered everywhere. On top of that, although it was in the park, it wasn't really the nicest part of the park, and I feel like it could have been better placed. Overall, this fitness area gets a rating of 3.4 out of 5. The area had everything you need to get a good workout, however it was heavily let down by the condition of the equipment and cleanliness. With a bit of maintenance and restoration, I believe the fitness area could be much better compared to its current state. Okay guys, that's it for the review of this outdoor fitness area. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing. If you had any comments or have trained in this park and would like to leave any additional feedback, please leave a comment below. And please do let me know if you want me to review any other outdoor fitness areas. Until next time.